Police could release more information about a deadly officer-involved shooting from over the weekend.
This includes who the officer is who pulled the trigger and lapel camera video of what happened. Our Samantha McDonald joins us live from APD headquarters with what we do know this morning. Good morning, Samantha.
Good morning, Matt. It all happened on Saturday night at a home in Ventana Ranch West. After a nearly 6-hour standoff with APD, 50-year-old Armand Martin was killed after police say he opened fire on them with 2 handguns.
My husband, he felt the gun and he's like scaring us.
I'm sorry, he did what?
He pulled a gun on us.
That was the 911 call made by Martin's wife at about noon Saturday that soon led to a SWAT situation. Police say a crisis intervention team, trained sergeant and negotiators tried to reason with Martin, but he wouldn't cooperate. Police say Martin had a history of mental health issues, including threats of suicide. At about 5:30, police say Martin began shooting at officers from the top floor of the home near Corn Mountain and Coyote Canyon. 1 hour later, police say Martin confronted officers outside.
The suspect exited through the front door, actively shooting with 2 handguns.
Police showed photos from inside the home. You can see the evidence markers near shell casings from where Martin fired. Police say 2 guns were found next to Martin's body. Another handgun was found inside the home. Police say he was shot once in the chest, and it's not clear if that's what killed him. Police say the officer who shot at Martin is a 12-year veteran of the department, and this is his first officer-involved shooting. Back to you.
All right, thank you for the update this morning, Samantha. Deputy Chief Garcia says the department is hoping to release the lapel camera video of what went down tomorrow. Now for more on Armand Martin here. We checked out his LinkedIn account. It says he spent 22 years in the Air Force Medical Service Corps. We also found out Martin was charged in 2006 with misdemeanor domestic violence, and that was later dismissed. Of course, this deadly shooting comes at an especially sensitive time for Albuquerque's police department.
That's because it is the second since the U.S. Department of Justice released a scathing report on the department's use of force 3 weeks ago. And it is the third since the controversial shooting of James Boyd here in the Albuquerque foothills. Video of 2 APD officers shooting and killing a mentally ill man sparked outrage and protest. The biggest protest, by the way, ended with police using tear gas. The Boyd incident was followed by another shooting a week later.
Alfred, put the gun down, please.
Alfred, remember me?
In that case, 30-year-old Alfred Redwine was shot and killed at a northwest Albuquerque home that happened March 25th. Police say he had a gun. Then April 21st, a police officer shot and killed an auto theft suspect, a woman by the name of Mary Hawks, after she allegedly pulled a gun. No lapel cam video has been released so far from that shooting. At Veterans Memorial Park last night, community members held a vigil in honor of Armand Martin and others killed in the recent APD officer-involved shootings. This was the second vigil since the Department of Justice released the blistering DOJ report, and the third since the controversial shooting of James Boyd in the foothills. Organizers last night said the vigil was about honoring and respecting life.
We need to figure out how to value each other's lives and do everything we can to keep people alive and get people to some kind of peaceful resolution as much as possible.
Participants expressed disbelief at the recent number of deadly incidents involving APD. Of course, we are staying on top of all the developments from this latest officer-involved shooting. You can catch them here on KRQE and always online on krqe.com.
Oh, we still don't know much about the man who state police shot in Los Lunas on Friday. We do know he is in the hospital, but police are not saying how he is doing or exactly who he is. State police shot the man after they say he sporadically fired shots from inside of his house throughout the night. It started when his wife called 911 saying he was tearing up their house and the kids were inside. They all got out okay, and officers say the man barricaded himself inside. State police say officers tried to negotiate with him, but when he walked outside with a weapon, state police shot him.
A typo is turning out to be costly. Somebody at the Tax and Revenue Department entered a date incorrectly, which ended up billing a bunch of businesses a late fee that they really didn't owe. According to the department, it sent notices to about 1,200 businesses saying that they owed a $5 late penalty. About 100 businesses promptly paid it, Now they'll have to file paperwork to get a refund. The goof cost about $500 in postage fees, and it'll end up costing more if the Tax and Revenue Department decides to send out follow-up letters explaining the mistake to businesses. The city of Albuquerque is looking for a cash infusion from the feds to help make the city a little bit more pedestrian friendly.
Yeah, $15 million to be exact, and it would help bridge one of the busiest parts of town. Specifically here, the money would go toward renovating part of Central, connecting East Downtown with the main part of downtown with a new pedestrian bridge. The idea is to make it safer for folks walking to the Alvarado Transportation Center, plus the businesses, restaurants, and shops and more that are all downtown.
It's really a kind of a multi-purpose proposal that and a project that will make the walkability of downtown very much improved.
Now, if the feds give Albuquerque the money, the city has to match it. The renovations would take a few years. And the world-renowned Santa Fe Opera is getting a multi-million-dollar makeover. Santa Fe Opera is still a world-class facility, but the New Mexican reports more than $20 million in renovations are about to begin, specifically to make things better for extravagant productions such as this one. Take a look. According to the New Mexican, the production of the Pearl Fishers back in 2012 was a big wake-up call that the Opera House needs more space. Work will begin on the first phase of the improvement project to include the entrance, the plaza area, dressing rooms, and costume shop that is once the current season